Nintendo's framing this game as the Wii U equivalent to Wii Sports. There's only one problem. Nintendo Land is not Wii Sports. That game defined a generation, redefined an industry, and became one of the most transcendent and influential video games in history. Wii Sports was a revolution. Nintendo Land is a minigame collection. Now, of course, that's not to say it's not a great minigame collection. And really, that's the important thing about Nintendo Land. If you can forget the expectations, fair or unfair, that you may have due to its pack-in predecessor, you're in store for a real treat in Nintendo Land. It's not a game changer, but it is a great game. Nintendo Land is a collection of 12 minigames. Not exactly a description with a positive connotation, but the thing is, they're really good. I mean, these are not your Wii's minigames. These are great, some legitimately awesome, and there are really 3 reasons they're so good: depth, variety, and the gamepad. And I guess this is where the Wii Sports comparisons are useful. Just as that game served as the introduction to a bizarre controller, so does Nintendo Land. Each of the mini-games show off different elements of the platform and its controller. And as much fun as it is, it's also a relief. Conceptually, the Wii U is just a muddled contrast to the clarity that defined Wii. But Nintendo Land finally brings into focus what things like asymmetrical gameplay can mean. Turns out it means awesome. They're divided into 3 categories, hence the variety. There are team games, which can be played alone or cooperatively with a group. There are competitive games, which can only be played with friends. And there are solo games for single-player play. Yes, single-player mini-games that are so good you actually play them. And that's where the depth becomes evident. I mean, you almost forget it's a compilation when playing DK's Crash Course, or Zelda's Battle Quest, or Metroid Blast, which is even better with friends. The player with the gamepad controls a gunship, as the other 4 players are on foot, usually asking for some cover. And it's exactly that dynamic between the different controllers that makes Nintendo Land such a great party game. One player is overpowered, but the others have the numbers.
One enemy left.
You know, another defining element of Nintendo Land is how it celebrates the games themselves. In fact, to make another comparison, it's a lot like Smash Brothers in that way. You can earn coins during the mini-games, which you can use to play a game of Plinko, which earns you prizes that fill your theme park. You see, the games have a hub world. It's basically a Nintendo version of Disneyland. And eventually, it's packed with animatronic nods to Nintendo's history. And for a gamer, it's like a trip down memory lane. But of course, memories are also this game's undoing, particularly the memory of when Nintendo's last launch title changed everything. Nintendo Land won't do that, but with a group of friends, it does capture a bit of that magic. Your Aunt Fran probably won't ask to borrow this one, but I think we can all live with that.
I knew you would come. Thank you for rescuing me. My vocal synthesis prohibits me from showing happiness through my voice, but I assure you I am ecstatic.